Straight ahead on News 4 Brockport, the spring concert was a success. Stay tuned to hear Lil Yachty's words of wisdom.
Also, this season's BSG election had an unexpected turn. Find out how the BSG will undergo the new elections.
And athletes like to have fun when not in the game. Find out how our Eagles dance to raise money for a special cause. All this and more coming up. News 4 Brockport starts right now.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Hannah Mao.
And I'm Terrence Dickey. We begin tonight with the spring concert that featured Lil Yachty and a big crowd. The students in the field house were having a blast last Thursday at this year's Spring Fling concert with Lil Yachty as the headliner. The concert was filled with a massive crowd that enjoyed huge water fights, mosh pits, and his songs. After the fun died down, Talent TV got a quick moment to catch up with the popular rapper and ask him some questions. He said that Brockport had a lit crowd and good vibes. He also left an inspiring message on how he reached his dreams and how you can do the same.
Just be yourself, and actually go for your dream, Don't let anybody tell you you can't do something, because they will, and you can, you can do something. You can do whatever you want to do, and you gotta understand that people are not gonna always believe in you at first, but they will after, so just because you don't have that support up front don't mean stop going, just keep going. You know what I'm saying? Just keep going.
This season's BSG elections have been anything but conventional. When all candidates chose to drop out just before voting time, a special election was called for. Now it's time to vote again, and choosing who to vote for isn't always easy. News 4 Brockport is helping you out with that. We're talking to all your choices for BSG president and vice president, so you know just what to do on election day. First up is Zachary Kornberg and Elliot Zelewski. News 4's Kayla Green reports.
I'm running for president because I realized at SUNY Brockport there's plenty of room for change.
Change is something Zachary Kornberg and Elliot Zelewski have thought about a lot recently. Just a few short weeks ago, Kornberg was a campaign manager for a completely different candidate who has since dropped out. Following the announcement of the special election, Kornberg made the decision to take matters into his own hands and run for BSG president. He asked Zelewski to join him. Together, the two hope to win the election and unite Brockport's campus.
We have students here from all races, ethnicities, genders, and walks of life. And these differences that we all share, we should be celebrating and to make them come together as one Brockport.
We want to make sure that the free flow of ideas, thoughts, values is guaranteed and recognized by the campus. We just want to make sure that since we're both in ROTC, the rights that I've personally have taken an oath to support and defend, and that Zachary someday will as well. We want to make sure that that's being recognized.
Kornberg is in Zelewski's mentorship group in the ROTC program here at Brockport, and the two have become close throughout the year. They're using what they've learned in ROTC about leadership to give a voice to students on campus. One of their main concerns is the lengthy process of starting clubs, organizations, and Greek life.
We kind of want to give the students more of a voice in the clubs that they can start and make it a little bit easier for them, because there's a million application processes that you need to go through right now to start a club on this campus.
Even though he's only a freshman, Kornberg says he's more than ready for the challenge. Both candidates also say their lack of BSG experience actually makes them the more appealing choice.
Neither of us have any experience in BSG, obviously, but we want to embrace that. We want to embrace the outsider role. We are speaking on behalf of the everyday student who's not necessarily involved in BSG but still wants to see positive change happen here on campus.
Both candidates say they're running to make a difference.
When I joined the Army ROTC program, one of the biggest things that was preached to me was never to strive for the minimum, but rather strive for the top.
If you don't want to see the status quo anymore, if you're no longer satisfied with the way things are going in terms of BSG and the decisions they're making, and if you feel left out in that process, then vote for us.
If Kornberg happens to be the next one sitting in this chair next year, he has big plans to reduce prices of things on campus. He wants to reduce things like meal plans, bookstore merchandise, and food and drinks sold in the cafe. Both say that they really want to reduce the financial burden of being a student. Stay tuned to News 4 Brockport next week for the next set of candidates that you have to choose from before you cast your vote on May 30th. Kayla Green, News 4 Brockport.
Brockport students are celebrating their school's spirit with food trucks, of course. Brockport's annual Eagle Day was held Saturday and featured many food options such as macaroon, chicken and waffles, and a local favorite, Jimmy Z's. Inflatables were also set up in the parking lot for added fun. Students say Eagle Day is one of their favorite Brockport traditions.
My favorite part of Eagle Day has been just seeing everyone and like making new friends and being with old friends.
So Terrence, were you able to make it out to Eagles Day? I was able to get there, and I must say, I did get up to the top of the rock wall.
Ooh, I'm scared of you. No, I went to Eagle Day. It was my first one, and I absolutely loved it. And I'm so happy that we had such great weather.
Yes, oh my God, and the
That's what I was really
food.
praying
The food
for.
was so
It was
good.
good. I tried some poutine and stuff, so I can't wait for next year. Hopefully I can get a shirt.
Ooh, yeah, that's on my bucket list too.
Brockport students are coming together to celebrate their differences. They recently did this during the Intersectionality Rally here on campus. The rally is aimed to unite people of all races, genders, and sexualities, to name a few. Students marched all around campus chanting things like, "The people united will never be divided." This event was organized by the Gender Equity Movement. If you'd like to get involved, check out the club on My Brockport. The college at Brockport's athletic department held its 8th annual Dancing with the Athletes last Wednesday night. Each of the 23 Golden Eagles athletics teams were allowed to partner with the dance department to choreograph and perform a routine in front of a crowd at the Tuttle North Gymnasium, all for a great cause. Money raised from the event was donated to the winning team's charity of their choice.
The College at Brockport baseball team played a weekend series with Fredonia this past weekend, and there was a special ceremony before the first game last Saturday. The team hosted its annual Hometown Heroes event as local first responders from police and fire departments were welcomed to attend the game and be honored. The special guest throwing out the first pitch was Monroe County Sheriff Todd Baxter. Baxter threw a strike, but to him, that's not the point of being honored.
The whole idea is come out and I really appreciate the College of Brockport recognizing our first responders, and those guys and gals. These folks you see around us are willing to give their life, for a total stranger. If someone calls 911, whether it's fire, EMS, or police officers, they're coming. So it's just a great tribute for the community to recognize these guys and gals.
The Olympic gymnastic world was flipped upside down when the Larry Nassar scandal broke. But how it is affecting small-town gymnastics, News 4 sports reporter Cordell Cummings is taking a closer look into what Brockport does to ensure the safety, well-being, and comfort of its athletes.
Gymnastics flipped on its head following the Larry Nassar investigation at Michigan State. At Brockport, the staff hopes a horrible situation can turn positive for athletic institutions everywhere.
It should send a ripple effect through athletics and through healthcare to say, wow, we've got to, if we see something or hear something like this is happening, it just makes sense ethically that we would say, we've got to say, hey, what's going on here?
Gymnast Bridget Shaw says she's always felt comfortable with the athletic training staff and has been informed of any treatment they've given her since she's been at Brockport.
Brockport athletic trainers and the coaches, as far as my knowledge goes, is doing everything that they possibly can. I've felt really educated coming in as a freshman all the way up to a senior.
Athletes can ensure their safety not only by understanding their body, but by researching their own injury. A collaborative approach that involves student athletes and support staff is one that the Brockport athletic training staff encourages.
Not only can the athletes educate themselves, you go on the computer, go to a search engine and say, I've got this injury, let me find some information on it. But parents can too.
Holding athletic departments and staff accountable is only part of the equation. The other is education. Wanda Ellen Wakefield says that athletes should learn when their body has had enough and when they can't compete any longer.
They need education on the integrity of their body so that if an athlete feels like they are physically in danger, if they feel like they are injured, if they feel like they are not ready to perform, they need to have the ability to say no.
In Brockport, Cordell Cumming, Talent TV Sports.
I think that this is just a great precaution, safety measure to have, especially when dealing with sports and things like that, and just to let our students know that, it's okay to be comfortable with everybody.
Yes, exactly. And it's a dangerous sport out there. They have to take these precautions. You never know what's going to happen, and I think it's great that they have that, that teamwork ability, all looking out for each other.
Definitely. Well, that's all the time that we have for today. For News for Brockport, I'm Terrence Dickey.
And I'm Hannah Mao. We'll see you next time.